Noor from Love is Blind Habibi is the perfect example of how most women nowadays who claim to have high standards don't actually have high standards because of the fact that they have to constantly be screaming at the top of their lungs that they have high standards. If you have to constantly keep reminding everyone around you that you have high standards, then you've already failed. You know, when a woman has high standards, the moment people around her literally can assume it without her having to say it, because that's when her high standards are actually internalized and her every move, her every word, everything about her just screams that she has high standards without her having to scream it, like Noor does, for example. This is your reminder that if you still feel the need to verbally remind everyone around you that, listen, hey, I actually have high standards, then you probably have some more work to do on yourself, sis.
Welcome to The Wall. Today we're going to look at how so many women complain that they can't seem to connect with men, even after several dates. And the craziest part, one even says that the red pill turns men into Trump radicals or right-wing followers. What a load of nonsense. Smash that like button. Help us hit 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experience and wisdom in the comments. We'll pin the best one for the whole community. And without further ado, let's get started.
I'm experiencing dating fatigue. I've realized I'm a slow burn dater, and I think that the last guy that I was seeing, I really liked that we were on the same page with that. Sometimes I forget guys use TikTok, so I need to watch what I say. I just have dating fatigue, and I think it's because the last one ended over something like so stupid. I'm not gonna get into it. When something you see could have really good potential and then it ends over something so stupid, I think that's what's creating dating fatigue for me. Hold on, let me go wash my face. I try to be super optimistic because I feel like if you put out negative energy, that's what you're gonna attract. Don't need to attract a negative man. Oh my god, no. Just like a little bit down in the dumps. Like, I'm really trying not to be though, but a little wee tiny bit. Cycle of being excited for a date and then it doesn't work out. Being excited for the potential, then it doesn't work out. It's like the highs and then, oh, that sucks. The highs and then, yeah, that sucks. Never that serious, but being a human being, like, you feel things. I have full trust and what's meant for me will never pass me by. If something's supposed to work out, it'll work out. Yes, I was sad on Valentine's Day. All I have to say is thank God I haven't dated like any like super bad guys. Like, all the guys have been really nice and really pleasant, and sharing this because there are so many highs and lows with dating, and sometimes you do need to take a break. Remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by.
The truth is, when you say you're taking a break, that tells me you've been out with way too many men. And if you're also admitting that many of them were decent, then the problem isn't them, it's you. A rough patch doesn't explain why you keep repeating the same story over and over. That's a sign you need therapy, because this isn't bad luck, it's a pattern. That's the thing with content creators. Since they depend on sharing their lives to entertain their followers, they end up distorting reality, demanding a fantasy man just to keep the narrative going. And that's why they'll never truly connect. No normal guy can compete with the perfect version you create for social media. As long as you let yourself be shaped by what others think, you'll never truly connect with anyone. The perfect man doesn't exist.
I don't do coffee. So I told him I only do coffee for business meetings and friends. So if you want to go get coffee as friends, of course. His next text was, should we do dinner? Men know what they're doing. They first just try to lowball you to see if you would just go with it. Know your standards, know your rights, and know your worth, because they will test you in little ways like that, even from the very beginning.
Men are not testing you or lowballing you just because they ask you out to coffee. They are quite simply suggesting something that a lot of women are actually okay with. Because who wants to get stuck on a 2-hour date at dinner with somebody that they don't even jive with? So especially when you're meeting that person off of the internet, you've never seen them in person, that man will know within seconds if he's actually interested in you. And I understand women, we work differently, but men don't. They know within seconds, which is why They don't want to waste an entire date entertaining you while still feeling bad because they're not really that into you. It has nothing to do with him testing your boundaries, and it has nothing to do with him not being good enough for you. It just has to do with saving both of you some time.
Stop it. Get some help.
Coffee dates are practical and the best option for both sides. If there's no connection, you can easily walk away. No need to drag out a dinner that's going nowhere. Plus, the woman never runs the risk of ending up with a big bill if the guy decides not to pay. The thing is, a lot of women don't see the benefit in this because they're chasing those 5-star restaurant dinners just to snap photos and eat like there's no tomorrow. Clearly, they couldn't afford a meal like that on their own dime. That's why I always tell men, first date, coffee, maybe dinner on the second one. A woman who's genuinely interested in you will agree to the coffee without making excuses. If she doesn't, let her walk, because now you know she only saw you as a free meal.
I made this video talking about how women shouldn't be afraid of an alien invasion because they probably treat us better than men. And so many of the comments were of men saying that, oh, well, you should choose better men. Meanwhile, all the women understood what I was saying, which is not that I'm being treated badly by men. It's that women worldwide are being oppressed, raped, and unalived by men. And it occurs to me that they cannot even conceptualize it, what it's like to live in a world like that. And they, in their infantile mind, had their heart broken by Sally Mae in junior high, and now suddenly they hate all women. So they project that experience onto women because their worldview is so fucking self-centric. They cannot see past their nose enough to even consider what it's like to be another human being.
Say you're single without saying you're single. This is a woman who's clearly had bad luck with men in her life. She's already hit the wall and now has only 2 options: misery and bitterness. She's angry at men because of her own poor choices. It's always the same pattern of men, always the same bad decisions. And when she finally realizes she hasn't learned a thing, she clings to feminism to blame men for all her failures. By 40, she's out of real options, just 2 paths left: misery and bitterness. That's why she's angry at men, because the wall caught up with her, and there's no turning back. What she really needs is someone at home, someone waiting for her, but she let that go in her prime. The wall doesn't forgive.
You are entitled to feel however you want to feel about me after I've made this video, but I wanted to make it to show the realities of real life. So there is no excuse or easy way to speak about this, but just to say it plainly, yes, I did cheat on one of the most important people to me in my life. And like I said, there is no excuse. And I could sit here and explain the reasons why or how it happened or what led up to that, but none of that matters. All that matters is that I know now for sure that no matter how good someone else might be, he will always be the best. And so I am going to see him now, and so let's see how it goes. I just hope he forgives me, because that's all that really matters to me right now.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
The top comment on this video said, "Delete that, girl. That whole thing about that person being the most important to you, I don't buy it. Because if he really were, you wouldn't have cheated on him." Here's the thing. So many women complain there are no good men out there, but when they finally find one, look how they treat him. These days, women are more unfaithful than men. They even admit it to each other. They've got the guy at home, the good one, the provider, the one who takes care of them, the committed man. And still, they go looking for someone else just for fun. I hope that man respects himself and moves on. Because once that bond is broken, there's no fixing it.
Women. somewhere right now, there's a man that is 2 to 3 podcast episodes or YouTube videos away from becoming the worst version of himself and entering the toxic cycle of being red pilled. And yes, it is a cycle, and it feeds on men who are trying to find purpose or feeling an insecurity of some sort, and it relies on not trusting science. And the YouTubers and podcasters they're watching are making their money off those men. And if anyone has any experience helping someone escape this mindset, please drop it in the comments because I want to hear, and I'm sure others do too. There are 3 main ways it begins. First, health content and health influencers. Maybe it starts with a video telling them to avoid seed oils or try the carnivore diet to heal their gut. Like I said, it does not rely on actual science. They take this advice and maybe even start to think that it helps, so they now trust this person who told them to do it, so then they decide to watch more of their content because, I mean, it's based on workout regimens and health advice. This guy must be really masculine. That next video they watch is titled Peak Masculinity or How to Become an Alpha Male. The rhetoric largely mirroring Andrew Tate. Very misogynistic, very traditional gender roles, very toxic. And very alt-right, but too subtle for them to notice. They continue to hear Republicans parrot these phrases and boom, a Trump supporter is born. They continue to watch those videos and listen to Trump and those Republicans who, by the way, are well aware of what's going on. And the cycle has begun. The second way it begins is through economic insecurity. Maybe he's feeling a bit left behind because he's not financially stable enough to support the family he wants one day, or he can't buy a house at the same age that his parents did. Which, hey, welcome to the club. We meet Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Nice to meet you. So then he seeks out a podcast or a YouTube video to feel more in control of his life and find out why this is happening to him. He's angry, full of resentment, and he wants an explanation. And after a video or two of standard lessons you learn in Econ 101, he comes across a video called Equality in the Workplace or Male Inequality. The rhetoric being largely hate speech against women, minorities, LGBTQ, again, very subtle but very toxic and very alt-right. And even though Republicans continue to pass legislation that consistently screws them over, all they hear are Republicans parroting those similar phrases and boom, a Trump supporter is born. But again, they continue to watch those videos and listen to Trump and those Republicans, and the cycle has begun. Finally, the third reason this cycle begins is romantic or emotional insecurity. Maybe he's having trouble finding a partner or just got broken up with or feels rejected overall in the sense of dating. So he seeks out a podcast or a YouTube video to help him with dating or to find out what women want in men. He's angry, full of resentment, and wants an explanation. He's looking for a video to confirm that it's not his fault. He finds the perfect one called Women Are Delusional and Men Are Disenfranchised. The rhetoric subtly perpetuating violence against women. Very misogynistic, very bad, very toxic, and very alt-right. They continue to hear Republicans parrot similar phrases and boom, a Trump supporter is born. They continue to watch those videos and listen to Trump and those Republicans, and once again, the cycle has begun. And no, this video is not to excuse that behavior, it's to call it out and stop ignoring it. Because this content in this cycle has destroyed relationships, whether it be romantic, family, friends. You can watch someone go down this alt-right pipeline right before your eyes without either of you really noticing it in the moment. And I don't expect any man to see this and change course, but I hope it can find a way to help the people in his life understand what course he's on and try to reroute it. Because it's been bad, but it's only continuing to get more and more dangerous. If we can't completely stop it, we should at least be spreading awareness.
This is how Kamala fanatics are born. The red pill I share has nothing to do with politics, because there are strong, masculine men on both sides of the aisle. What I teach is simple. Improve your life. Learn to manage your money. Take care of your body, your style, and your mind. Respect yourself as a man and set clear boundaries in your relationships. That's it. There's no political conspiracy behind it. Just a call for men to stop being weak and take control of their path. What this woman conveniently leaves out is that there are traditional women within the Republican Party who actually value family men. And what do they see? That many of those men are married, with stable homes. What's wrong with that? Meanwhile, when the red pill was being censored, men didn't just disappear. They ended up consuming woke, LGBTQ+ nonsense that weakened them and pushed them further away from women. That's the part these people never talk about. There's nothing wrong with telling a man to become the best version of himself. That shouldn't be a political issue. It should be a basic life principle. But when it comes from a feminist, you already know what's coming. Distortion, poison, and victimhood. If even the data contradicts her, what's left? Just noise. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why is it so hard for women today to truly connect with a man? Why does the modern woman blame everything on the red pill? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.